Well, now let's get some perspective on the fixed income market and, of course, the naira, which has been strengthening over the last few sessions. We're joined, and we'll cross to Thaddeus Udegbe at Diamond Bank to give us some perspective on that. Thaddeus, it's great to have you on the show today. And like I mentioned, the naira strengthened yesterday, and I think it's a bit surprising the demand levels we saw yesterday. Some people attributing it to some seasonal demand that's now behind us. But what are your thoughts on what we saw yesterday with the naira strengthening?
Yeah, it's very important to start by saying that the demand on the foreign exchange market has dropped yesterday, given the data from the WDAS that we saw yesterday. As you can agree with me, at the WDAS yesterday, CBN offered about $200 million and sold about $251 million at an effective rate of 155.90 against what was sold on Monday. On Monday, CBN sold about $350 million that was demanded at the auction at an effective rate of 155.94. When you look at the effective rate, you agree with me that there was a marginal appreciation of the exchange rate, which is as a result of slowdown in demand, which reflected in the volume of sales.
All right, but how do you read all of this? I mean, about 2-3 weeks ago, people were quite concerned about the naira, where it was headed. Now all prices have bounced back a little bit. Your outlook for the naira?
Yeah, as you rightly mentioned, we expect the naira in the near term to begin to appreciate, given the fact that the oil prices are beginning to rebound this week. You know that the Nigerian economy is strongly dependent on oil prices, and then anytime oil prices begin to appreciate, then we see the currency begin to appreciate. So in the near term, we expect the naira to continue to appreciate, and we expect portfolio investments and capital to begin to flow back into the economy.
All right, talk to us a bit about the fixed income side of things. I'm hearing that 1.3 trillion in Treasury bills will be maturing this quarter. I also hear that the DMO has released the calendar for the bonds that they will be issuing in this quarter as well. The figure I'm hearing is 290 billion naira. How does all this work out in the market? How do you see rates reacting to all of this?
The auction calendar for bonds was released this week. From that calendar, we see about 290 billion to be issued this quarter. However, there will be no maturities this quarter. When you compare it with what was issued in the last quarter, about 290 billion also was issued in the last quarter, and we had about 429 billion maturities of bond in the last quarter. However, on the Treasury Bills segment, we have about 1.3 trillion in maturities this quarter, while about 606 billion will be issued. When you net that off, you find that about 700 billion worth of Treasury Bills will be injected into the system, which means that system liquidity this quarter will improve if we look at the figures that.
And what would that mean for rates? So we think rates will come down?
Yeah, in the near term, I expect yield on both Treasury Bills and bonds to begin to dip significantly this quarter, given the huge liquidity injections we expect from the Treasury Bill segment.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, Thaddeus, for your perspective there. Thaddeus Udegbe, fixed income trader at Diamond Bank, giving us his thoughts on the naira and, of course, fixed income rates in Nigeria. They are likely to be headed lower as we see that injection of liquidity into the market, Mashudu.